Hey everybody, it's Romania Black. I couldn't wait. I was like, episode 4 of Run with the Wind was such a. At first, it was so frustrating with Sakaki's character because what a douche lord, like just the worst already. And I'm like, man. And I'm sure that him and Kakeru have some past together, but I was like, you are just awful. And it was at the same time so frustrating having him like berate our ragtag underdogs. But then it was so satisfying when Prince and Haiji come in and they're like, nah, you're not talking about the running club like that. And I was like, oh, just the best boys. And so I couldn't wait. I was like, I want to go ahead and watch episode 5 and see like the follow up to that because I get the idea that maybe this is starting to be a turning point where Kakeru realizes that this is not like his team in high school. Like this is university. It's a totally different vibe. It's a totally different environment. And I really like that Haiji is motivating him to like come out of his shell and to embrace his passion. Because clearly Haiji is embracing his passion very much in with this team. So last episode we set up a couple little threads of plot, mainly that Shindo and Haiji have been talking about because Shindo gets the running shoes. Something about money being involved with buying those. So I don't know if Haiji maybe gave him the money to buy them or what the deal was. But Musa and Yuki, the law student, kind of talk about that a little bit. And so there's a little thread with that kind of is brought up. And then the preview, we get King mentioned, the one that likes trivia and wants a job. So I'm figuring we're going to get focused on that this episode, but I'm curious to see what happens. So thank you all so much for watching. The link to the reaction is down below. I'll probably talk through the ED at the end too, and then I'll come back and talk more in the video after the reaction. But I hope you all enjoy. Please feel free to comment down below. Thank you for watching, and we are going to start this episode here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Man, this episode. Again, I wasn't ready for it to end. I was like, no, it's still got a lot of time to go. They're going to resolve this thing with King, but no, they just leave us on a cliffhanger. How dare they? How dare they leave us on a cliffhanger? Man. Haiji, the line with Haiji, that really was powerful when he kind of confronts Kakeru and he's like, oh, so only the good people get to run? Only the chosen people get to run? Because that seemed like it was a direct, like, it almost seemed like Haiji took that personally. Like, oh, I can't run because I'm not, not able to anymore. To me in that moment, it seemed like a direct throwback to Haiji's injury. And maybe when we get to Haiji's past, maybe he was told he couldn't run anymore. And he's like, no, I'm going to run because it's what I want to do. And it almost seemed like he was saying, like, are you do people get chosen to run and those not? Like almost like someone told Haiji he couldn't run, and he's like, no, I'm going to. And he's been spending all this time proving them wrong. But that emotion when he said that, the unchosen ones, that was pretty powerful. So we didn't get as much King focus as I thought we would in this episode. I guess they're saving that for the resolution with him next episode. I love their banter, like their little buzzed banter, like they've had the beer and they're all like, their cheeks are rosy and they're just like, there's been so many revelations with this episode. Shindo, I love him. He has a girlfriend, who knew? I love when he gets tipsy and he like has the emboldened speech. The fact that it's Tsukishima's voice actor is hilarious, like him having this giddy speech and being this giddy like cutesy character. Like it's so not Tsukishima from Haikyuu, and I love it. The character that is like Tsukishima though is Yuki, the lawyer. Like he very much has the Tsukishima vibe of, why are we doing this? I don't want to do this. This is pointless. I'm just here because I need a cheap place to stay. And I have a feeling that much like Tsukishima and Haikyuu, Yuki's gonna have his moment. He's going to have his reason to run happen. And I have a feeling that when it does, I'm going to be like over the moon. Because I really like Yuki's character. As frustrating as he is in his stubbornness, I like Yuki's character because he consistently is questioning like a law student would. He's like, why are we doing this? What's the point? And I like that he asks Nico, and I like that Nico actually answers. And for Nico, it's to feel clean. Like, that's such a cool line. Like, he's like, this is the one healthy thing that I do for myself. And I like that he's trying to use it almost as therapy and to better himself. Like, that's really, really cool. I love that. But yeah, Prince having to cut his time in half to qualify. Holy cow. Ooh. I like Kakeru was so innocent and being like, I'm going to try to show my emotions more and come out of my shell. It's like, precious. And I like that Haiji's working with him to like slowly do that. I wonder if that's why he wanted him to make dinner with him to like to help bring him out of his shell, to make something for. I get the feeling that Haiji knows that Kakeru is competent, and he kind of is sensing that Kakeru's on board now, since he told Sakaki that they were going to be in that. He's like, okay, you're on board. I can tell with the running thing. I have a feeling he's going to use Kakeru to help be a motivator like he is. To say, okay, we're both good at running. Let's motivate everybody else. And you can tell Haiji's so frustrated with King's character. And of course, a demon cometh. He's like, no part-time jobs now. And then that just blew up with King. So I'm curious what the resolution with that's going to be. I don't know. Oh, man. But this episode, like, it's gotten a bit serious since last episode. And I like that we're delving into the lives of these characters and seeing, like, what else beyond just school that they're dealing with. Like, that's really cool. I like that a lot. I also like that I talked about it in the episode, but clearly, and it's becoming more and more apparent that all of these trainings, all of these regiments, all of these things that Haiji is doing with these guys, they're clearly all things that he had to do himself. Like, he's talking about all these different training methods. Like, the coach isn't even here. Like, it's not shown that Haiji's even talked with the coach about any of this stuff. This is all stuff Haiji knows, because Haiji's probably had to do all this therapy to get where he is now. So he's just sharing that with them because they're all kind of in the same boat that he was. And that's really cool. And it's just kind of a subtle. And I noticed there's one point in this episode that Kakeru kind of looks up at Haiji like you kind of get the sense that he knows that now too. He's like, oh, you're recycling what you had to do and giving it to these guys. So that was really interesting. But yeah, it looks like from the preview we will get more stuff with King. It looks like the training kicks off. Looks like they might move some more stuff with Shindo and Yuki. I don't know, but oh my gosh, you guys. Consistently, this show is just getting me deeper and deeper, and we're not even at our first track meet yet, but I do, one more thing, I do like that Kakeru confronts him and he's like, why don't we wait till May and June? Why are we going right now into April when everybody's clearly not ready? And I like that Haiji, you don't see his face, you don't see his eyes. Like, Haiji knows that they're probably gonna, like, suck this first track meet. Like, I'm sure he knows that. But he also is like, there's no point, you just rip the Band-Aid off now, face reality, and then use that as motivation. Because clearly that's something that he's probably done. So, whether or not that doesn't have any repercussions, we're probably going to find out. But, oh man. Oh, this show just gets me. And it just gets better and better. So, I hope you all liked this reaction. I was very introspective this episode. I was trying to like pick and choose like little, it seemed like this was very subtle, like there'd be subtle nuances characters would do, and I'm like, okay, what is happening? And I feel like this episode is very much setting up the next couple of ones. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm not going to watch episode 6 yet. I'm going to wait a little bit. But I really can't believe that they just left us on a cliffhanger with that. And we've got to wait till next week to find out more. So, I hope you all have enjoyed this. Please stay safe. Have a great week. And I'll be back next week with episode 6 of Run with the Wind. Bye.